Okay, so last time in our little tutorial, we're having a look at how to make a turtle just basically move around on screen. And what we're going to do this time is we're just going to kind of improve what we're doing here so that we're not having to do right forward all the time, which is not very well optimized, quite frankly. It's a waste of code because you're doing the same thing multiple times. So what you should be able to create on this kind of program is a for loop. And what you're going to do is you're going to actually make this for loop run the number of times you want these instructions to repeat. And then say we want this to go 4 times. Now, what should happen now is if we tab these across so that they're inside the for loop, you see we've got exactly the same effect basically as we had with forward, right, forward, right, forward, right, forward, right. Now, what we've done there is we've just made our little turtle draw a square without needless code, and optimization is always really important when doing any programming. However, we can actually improve this a little bit further now, because what you can see here is we've got a range of 4, we've got a distance that the thing's travelling, and a degree of turn. So what we can do is we can start to be a bit more intelligent, a bit more thoughtful, and a bit more forward planning here. So what we can do is we can create a little variable for, say, the number of sides, because if we're drawing a square, we've got 4 sides. So we might decide to set that to 4. And we could also, if we wanted to, give a distance. So what I'm doing is I'm just using variables now to replace certain values. Okay, and this time, again, we're getting exactly the same output, but this time we're using variables to control the flow. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means actually we can change the number of sides, and we could even consider changing the distance if we wanted to, and the number of degrees that gets turned each time. So let's go for something like 8 and 45. And there we go, we're actually changing shape. By the way, this is just a really simple piece of maths to do, strangely enough. If you want to know the degree of turn, you are basically just dividing the number of sides by 360, and that gives you the actual number of sides you need and the degree of turn you need to create any shape you want using this logic. It's really simple to do, you see. Adding variables gives us a bit more control, and a for loop then allows us to repeat the same instructions all the time, and then of course using those variable values allows us a bit more control over the program and how this turtle behaves. It's a nice, simple approach.